Yo, what's up, boys and girls? We got my boy Big Tony here. How you doing, buddy?
Adventure time.
Adventure time, bitches. What's up, dog?
Just sitting here in the middle of quarantine, 2020, trying not to catch the corona, drinking plenty of ice water, using plenty of hand sanitizer. You know,
Oh yeah,
like to keep
rough
it
time.
very safe out here,
God,
boys and girls.
God
Very,
bless
very
you.
safe.
God bless you, dude. That's great.
I hope
That's fucking.
everybody's doing their part, staying in if you don't have to go out. It's crucial. Not for you, maybe, but definitely for the old people. Everybody's got
Yeah.
somebody old they love.
Damn
Think
Skippy.
think about them.
Damn Skippy. Listen, bro. Hey, I'm glad you joined us here on the Shock Treatment Podcast. Let me tell you something. After all this time, I got to tell you, as far as being held up inside, and it really started taking a toll on me as of like 2 days ago when I started realizing I've been stuck in this house over a month going on. And my problem literally has been, me and you, we fucked around. We went drinking all the time, dog. But right now, dog, like I am drinking more than ever, dog.
I mean, I guess it just kind of depends on the route you're gonna take with it, man. I guess I've used this time. It's funny. The Tuesday before, or the Tuesday they shut the bars down. It was St. Patrick's Day, ironically, and all the bars were shutting down at 5. And I went and got my fill, but really since then, maybe I've had a couple of beers a couple of times, but besides that, I've been pretty sober, man. Pretty strange.
And that's funny, bro. Like, we'd go out to the bar and get fucking trashed, wasted, just talk shit to a bunch of people. But like, this is a different circumstance we've laid ourselves in, and it's pretty funny that you mentioned you have been drinking a lot. I mean, that's pretty good, but in a sense, like, this is the coronavirus rehab, dog. That's what that is. This is a coronavirus rehab.
That's right, man. It's time for getting better or getting worse.
Goddamn right it is, and I'm definitely fucking feel like I'm getting worse, bro. Like as of right now, you probably don't see my screen right now, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing. I'm right now as we speak. I'm drinking a gigantic Viking mug beer of Yingling straight to the fucking. You know what? Just turn your camera so you can see what the fuck I'm doing, dude. Look at this. Look at this shit. Look at this. Woo, baby.
Oh yeah, that's a big beer.
Mm-hmm. Goddamn right.
It looks delicious. Usually it's sober October, but I guess we just moved sober October to sober mid March to possibly end of May, early June. Who knows how long the pandemic is gonna last?
That leads me to my next point. Let me get your thoughts on this. What do you think? Like, how long? I mean, I have mixed feelings about this. I think sometimes this can go on for fucking ever until we find a cure or a vaccine or something. But at the same time, maybe after this fucking April 30th bullshit. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think is gonna happen?
Well, I mean, I think it's too early to tell, but from just like what it seems like the healthcare system in Central Florida is talking about is this thing still, 28 days from peaking out and it's being its worst. So why would they reopen the business? If anything, I think it would get a little bit more, harsh on the guidelines of, what's, locked down as far as essentially, you know what I mean? Because in America, McDonald's being open is essential, I guess. I mean,
They want
you
to
know,
keep us fat, bro.
yeah,
They want to
Burger
keep
King's
us.
open. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of like astonishing to me, like what is considered an essential business and what isn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, like it's crazy to think of, but like my son's daycare is open because they consider it essential, but at the
right,
same time, yeah,
and
I mean,
that's a good point. Your son's daycare is open. My son's public school is not. But what's the difference? You know what I mean?
like what? Yeah, that is a perfect like example of what the fuck, how fucked our system is. Like, apparently my kids daycare, and I don't want to shit on them. Hopefully they don't get closed because you know what? At the same time, they're fucking helping me out.
Of
I
course,
have mixed.
they're providing a public service.
Yeah. I have mixed feeling about it though. Hopefully my son doesn't get sick or anything. But as from what I could tell, from what they're saying on the news, kids have way less likelier chance of getting the virus for what it's worth. But
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't heard it, man. I feel like I just heard that everybody's got a chance at getting it, and it's not really the younger generation that needs to worry about it, but it's people obviously with complicated immune systems, and
Yeah,
uh,
exactly. Past
it,
history, past problems, lung problems, fucking, bronchitis, all that shit that has to do with their esophagus and whatnot, trachea, whatever the case
right.
may be.
But I mean, they're locking it down harder and harder every single day. First it was the bars. Now in Winter Haven, for instance, they shut down all the parks, all the boat ramps. So people were, taking to the lake, having fun, boat parties, all that stuff. Local government's like, now you guys want to abuse it, we're gonna shut it down. So what
I'm not gonna.
what's next? What's the next gathering? Where's people? What if they start going to house parties? They're like, there's too many people here. Shut it down. You know what I mean?
Shit, bro. And I spoke about this on a previous podcast, bro. But at what point does our civil liberties are starting to get violated by this whole shutting it down kind of bullshit? I mean, I understand that we have to protect the public, and I know that's a priority. But at what point does it fucking violate our freedom, dude? And it's a thin line.
Well, is it like an executive order? Can an executive order infringe on on your rights as an American?
Right. Right. Good point.
I don't know. And then there's also the part of me that's kind of like wants to be a conspiracy theorist and think, what if this was made in a lab, and, released in China, or the Chinese were doing this against us, or what's Trump thinking, or does he want to go to war with the Chinese? You know what I'm saying? He already doesn't like the Chinese.
Let me school you.
So the man sold rice to China. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
Let me explain, dude. Because I've literally been in the fucking know-how, and I've gotten some word, bro. I mean, first off, it was made in a lab. We know this because it was published on the news, as we know right now. Listen, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not digging into conspiracies, and I always try and stay away from it. But I'm gonna tell you what I heard on the news that was televised to the American people. And number one is it was created in a lab in Wuhan, China. You know who had a hand in it? Tony, I'm gonna tell you who had a hand in this shit. A Harvard professor by the name of I think his last name was Teller. His last name was Teller, and he went over there. He just got incriminated and just went to jail for helping the Chinese create this thing in a lab. Now, I also want to point out that Trump came out on television today and he said, the Chinese people are so nice. There's no way, he was just saying, and of course, it leads me to believe he's trying to protect some certain investments that he has going on in China. You know?
Which leads me to my next point. Somebody disgusting and gross ate a freaking bat.
Ugh. That's like fucking Ozzy Osbourne, bro. Ozzy Osbourne ate a bat.
Yeah, but he didn't, create the coronavirus, a worldwide epidemic that's, trying to wipe out like 10% of the earth right now.
Jesus Christ.
Is this a population control, drug that was released, or is this Mother Nature releasing, her white blood cells? Because they're saying that in major metropolitan areas, like the pollution is like super, super far down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if Mother Nature did this shit, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. It's working to her benefit. The fucking Earth, like, there's no airplanes in the skies. There's no cars going around. The pollution is fucking down. And you know what's happening is that now scientists, and John actually shared this with me, Jonathan DeLupin, he shared this with me. We're actually able to measure seismic activities. So much cleaner now because there's no vibrations in the Earth. There's no cars. There's no airplanes and whatnot. So, yeah, Mother Nature is definitely getting a benefit from it.
I agree.
I gotta tell you something though, bro. It's very. I'm not gonna bullshit you, bro. Listen, podcasts or not, I'm gonna talk to you real, like I always do. It's kind of shocking to see you in the state that I normally don't see you, bro. Just fucking shit face America, type shit. because yeah.
It's no secret that, Tony Acosta loves a cold, frothy adult beverage and the great nation of the United States of America.
Damn right, dude. You're a true-blooded American. I just want to let everybody know who's listening to this shit right now. This is the same guy who, while we were walking down the street, we were just walking from the bar, and he goes, "Bro, look, there's look at the flag. I'm like, well, what's wrong with the flag? He's like, it's a half mast, man. I'm like, what the fuck? I wouldn't even, it's crazy. I wouldn't even notice that shit. I wouldn't even notice that shit, But that's a true-blooded American for you, bro. He'll let you know when there's some shit wrong in the world and the fucking flag is at half mast, bro. You know?
I love these United States. I'd like to think at least close as much as Uncle Joey Diaz. God bless him. Wherever
God
you are,
bless
Joey
him.
Diaz, we love you. And also,
We love you.
I want to talk about something that's that's obviously going crazy right now, and it's the fact that Carol Baskins did it, bro. She killed her husband, and there
Yeah.
needs to be justice. There
Oh
needs to be
my
justice.
god, dude. I'm so glad you brought that shit up, dog, because I haven't gotten a chance to talk about it. There's no fucking way she didn't do it. With all the okay, I understand that Tiger King and that other motherfucker. Who was the other guy who had his own lion park? Do you remember his name?
Which guy? The guy from South Carolina, Doc.
Yeah, Doc. That's his fucking name. That guy.
So
I understand that there was a competition between them, but the evidence is stacking up against her.
there was a competition between all of them. They were all doing the same thing. What's the difference between Carol Baskins, Tigers in a cage versus Joe Exotic's Tigers in a cage? You know what I mean?
There's no
Who's more
fucking
humane?
difference. There's no fucking difference, dude.
They're both exploiting the animals for profit. So it's just
I'm
like,
gonna tell you what the difference is. Carol Baskins ain't paying none of her employees any goddamn money, dude. You know who's fucking who's paying their employees? Doc, and I mean, yeah, it might have been only been like $200 a week, but the motherfuckers were digging out of a semi truck for the leftover lion meat. But at the same time, at the same time,
nothing like some rejected Walmart chicken.
it's just
Makes me
fucked up,
hungry.
man.
I heard before they kill the chicken, they scare it so it tastes better.
Oh my god, bro, that shit is
Nothing like
ridiculous.
tasting the fear in the chicken.
Dude, that shit is ridiculous, bro. It's ridiculous, man.
Did you see that meme with Donald Trump? And one of the reporters is asking what he's going to do about the COVID-19 outbreak. And he's whispering like one of the Secret Service agent's ear. And he's like, release the tiger dog.
No, bro.
Some of these people that come up with memes, they should be getting paid big
Fucking
money. If they're
genius.
not, they should be, dude.
Genius, dude.
Because some of this stuff is clever. I'll give it to them.
Listen, yeah, bro. Carol Baskins did it. I mean, let's just fucking be honest. And why the fuck isn't her documentary about her? Like putting her on the spot. I don't know. I don't know if like Joe Exotic went to jail. I mean, he obviously went to jail before this whole documentary was released, right?
Yeah, Joe Exotic is in jail. He's got the coronavirus too. Speaking of the coronavirus.
No fucking way. Are you serious?
Yeah, dude. It's Carol Baskin's fault too.
Fucking Carol Baskins, bro. The fucking real mastermind of this whole shit, dude.
Dude, you get it, bro.
That's
Carol
funny shit, bro.
Carol Baskins didn't kill herself. And, Carol Baskins didn't kill her husband. And Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. You understand?
I get it. I fucking get it. Yeah. Well, just pretend like that's the truth, bro. But we all fucking know, bro. We all know. Listen, I gotta tell you something. Back to my point of seeing you in this healthy light. I mean, you look like you got a goddamn halo right above you. You know what I mean? Like you're a saint, man. You're a saint. And there's a reason. You threw up the deuces. There's a reason why I say this. The reason I say this is because it's the same guy that we called and I'm just gonna put you out there because I'm so glad to have you as my guest finally and to speak your shit. This is the realest motherfucker I know. All right. But there's a reason why we call him Dumpster Tony, okay? And the real reason being is this man is the same guy I knew when we went to one of the shittiest holes in the wall called, I'm not going to name the bar here, but it was one of the shittiest holes in the wall that I've ever been with. It came out, shit face as fuck, and punched the dumpster. The dumpster came off at least 2 feet off the ground and moved over, bro. And then, hence, the Dumpster Tony was born, bro. And that was a legend among legends. And even to this day, You know, and so my point is, I'm impressed to see you, in such a good light. Wish we were getting trashed right now though.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely wouldn't be too bad, man. It would be probably a little bit more fun than just sitting here staring at the back of my iPhone because I can't figure out how to use my front camera because I'm not tech savvy. You know what I'm saying?
How long are you going on? How long is the sobriety lasting so far?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna just keeping on for now, dude.
You're a better man than me. Listen, I have not lost my sobriety. I've been going fucking hard, bro. Hard, hard. I mean, listen, Yingling and I'm gonna tell you what other wine companies. Also Jameson has been making a fucking dime off of me.
Are you classing it up? At least drinking any nice red wines or having some
Oh
Italian
yeah.
food? Are you doing
No,
some
no,
cooking?
no.
Here's something I'm doing during quarantine. I promise you this. I'm getting fat, dude. Even though I quit
Oh
drinking, I'm
yeah.
getting fat, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, you look the same to be honest with you, but I understand completely what you're talking about, bro.
Well, I
That's why
mean,
I've been.
I've been fat, but I'm getting fatter.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm listen, and that's why I've been holding my whole family hostage in like a chokehold, trying to just feed them like chicken and vegetables. But when there's a quarantine and people are sent off rushing in a panic to hoard as much shit as they can, how are you not going to eat all the shit that you hoard? I mean, I don't get it. You know what I mean?
And the strong Cuban roots, they're hungry, bro. You're hungry.
I'm hungry, baby. I'm fucking starving.
Especially, isn't
And
your mother staying with you?
yeah, dude, she is. She is her and her man,
Don't you
and
ever say an evil word against my mother.
she's she's a good woman. She's a good
God bless.
woman.
God bless. She can cook too, to my understanding, correct?
Yeah, but she doesn't even touch the kitchen, bro. Nobody touches the kitchen but your boy. But your
Oh.
boy. Did you see the podcast I did with my mom?
Yeah, I did.
She's
I
a
watched a
sweet
good bit of
lady.
it.
She raised me right, dude. She raised me right. God bless her. I'm
God
just
bless you, man.
surprised. I'm
What
just
happened
surprised
to you
that
though? That's the only thing. What the hell happened to you?
bro, listen, dude. I don't fucking know, bro. Listen, there was a full moon like there is tonight, and the werewolf in me just took over, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, the fucking exorcist. And you paused with the crazy face. Holy shit, dude. Oh, that's great. We lost Tony. What a great time. What a great time we just had. Well, with my dog picked Tony. Apparently, he turned into a werewolf as soon as I said that. God bless him. God bless his soul. And God bless us all. Thanks for joining us here on the Shock Treatment Podcast, bitches. Subscribe. Do something. Do something with your life. Like it. Comment. Do something that not only benefits me, but starts a conversation. I mean, we're all not doing shit anyway. We're just sitting at home dealing with this quarantine bullshit. Do yourself a favor. Do me a favor. Subscribe, like, comment, do something. Goodbye. And goodbye.